Hello, 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 and welcome. What's going on, y'all? What up? It's me, Tony J. Welcome to another episode of the O.I.er Life Show. This is so exciting. I'm so excited by how much traction we're starting to get with the show. This is so cool to see so many people watching the replays, because I know a lot of people are just kind of getting used to the time that this is on, because it's every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, I do a live stream, and I know sometimes people can't actually tune in at this time, but the replays are getting a lot of traction, and I'm so excited for everybody that watches the replay. So if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for tuning in and for commenting and for asking questions and all that cool stuff. I really appreciate you. The O.I.er Life Show and the O.I.er Life channel, it's all about celebrating and spotlighting Osteogenesis Imperfecta lifestyle, and it's all about, really maintaining a positive support system here for the OI community, because sometimes, it can get a little crazy, and we got to keep that positivity going. All right. There's nothing toxic about positivity. I want y'all to know that right now. Trust me. I'll talk to you about some of the issues that you got going on, but believe that I'm going to pull you up out of there, and we're going to get to the brighter side of things right away so that you can start living that OI lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like living an unbreakable lifestyle. That's what I like to talk about. So my name is Tony Jacobsen, and I am the author of Disable Your Disability. I'm also a fellow O.I.er. I have type 1, and I'm the creator of the O.I.er Life channel. I'm the creator of the Unbreakable movement. I invite you to come over to check out my other YouTube channel. It's called the Unbreakable Academy, and I do all sorts of cool stuff over there that's really all about living an unbreakable lifestyle through music, movement, and motivation. So if you want to stay motivated and you want to go beyond, talking about the OI stuff like we do here on the channel, then definitely come over and check out the Unbreakable Academy. I'll go ahead and leave a link to that in the description as well for the show. But that's who I am. And I'm curious to know who you are. So if you're watching live, make sure you get in the comments. Let me know that you're here. And then also, if you're watching the replay, get in the comments as well. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm really trying to get a gauge on like where the audience is right now. It's super cool to see people all around the world tuning in to the show. So I'm just like super stoked to see where everybody's watching from. There's people all over the world watching this, and I appreciate every single one of you that watches. So thank you. Thank you personally for checking out the O.I.er Life Show. We're going to keep it going. We're going to grow this thing. We are almost at 800 subscribers now. We're going to get to 1,000 in less than a month. I'm calling it right now. Before the end of February, we're going to have 1,000 subscribers here. I know that we can do it. So if you're not subscribed, do it right now. Make sure you hit that little bell icon, because then you get notified when things go live, like when I go live or when new videos go up. So it's super cool to get notified. And then also another big thing is share the channel. Share about the show. Go ahead and take the link from this show and post it somewhere on your social media so that other fellow OIers and people that are involved in the OI community can come check out the show and enjoy what we got going on and be part of this community. Because even though I'm here and I'm doing this video for you like this, kind of one way, I love to hear from you in the comments, and it is a conversation, because this is the platform where our voices can be truly heard between ourselves, peer-to-peer type stuff. So lots of exciting things going on. Tonight I want to talk about a few things, so I'm going to get right into it, and we're going to talk about it. So let's do it, and come on. So there is a research study that is going on, and I heard about it through an Instagram post. I believe it was from the OIFE, but they were promoting this post about a research study that's happening at the Baylor College of Medicine, and I wanted to show this to you. So the link for this is going to be in the description, but what it is it's a research study, and they're looking for people that it's parental experiences and satisfaction with genetic counseling. So it's parents of children with OI, and if you were diagnosed while you were pregnant. I believe that's kind of the thing. And it's all about prenatal experiences and genetic counseling. So they really want to hear from anybody that has gone through this. The big thing is during it says here, you are the parent of a child who received a confirmed OI diagnosis or a diagnosis highly suspicious of OI during a pregnancy within the past 5 years. So if this is you, I encourage you to go over to the link. The link is in the description of the show. I want you to go over there and be a part of this research study. They're really trying to get, nail down some stuff as far as prenatal care and genetic counseling. And I know this is a huge deal for a lot of parents of O.I.ers. And so if you've had some concerns, if you've gone through some things, maybe you had a great delivery and everything was cool, maybe there was some issues that were going on. I want you to, definitely see if you can become a part of this study, this research study, because like I always talk about here on the channel, it's important for us to share what we've been through with people who are asking. So the medical side of things is one thing, and I firmly believe you got to work as a team with them. So if there's any information on the experiences that we've had that we can share with them to help improve what they're working on for future people that, are going through these things, then we absolutely should do everything that we can. So again, this is for a research study that's happening. It's the Baylor College of Medicine. And it's, again, receiving a prenatal diagnosis of osteogenesis imperfecta and parental experiences and satisfaction with genetic counseling. Whew, okay, that's a lot. I'm just reading it right now on the screen. So anyways, please, guys, if this is you, I want you to definitely click the link in the description, go over there and be a part of this research study. It's super important for us to share what we have going on, and I wanted to share that with you tonight. So please go and do that, all right? On the show, you'll see we do a lot of little segments like this where we're talking about certain research studies that are happening, certain maybe it's an event that's coming up, maybe it's spotlighting a certain individual, etc. So there's lots of different things that are going on here on the O.I. Life show, and I appreciate everybody that comes through and watches the show and watches on the replay. So all right, I'm gonna see who's watching live. If you're watching live, jump in those comments, man. Let me know that you're out there. I've been promoting the show as much as I could, but if you're on Facebook, please take the show link, take the channel link even and send it, put it on Facebook. Maybe you came over here from a Facebook post. Let me know which group you actually saw the post in, because I try and post in the majority of OI groups. I'm a member of a lot of them. So I try and post as much as I can, but of course posts get lost kind of throughout the week, and I don't spend too much time on Facebook. So if you can help me out, I would really appreciate it. Just share the show, and let's keep this conversation going, because it's about us. It's about all of us kind of sharing this information. All right, so I'm going to jump into this next thing. Check this out. There is a new book on the market, and I'm so excited because it is specifically about osteogenesis imperfecta, and it's not very often that we get a book that is about OI specifically. So I wanted to share this with you. It's called Just in Case, and it's for siblings of those living with osteogenesis imperfecta. How cool is that? It's surprising because it's for the siblings of O.I.ers. Now, it's one thing to have OI and talk about it, right? And talk about it in a book. It's another thing to actually give some sort of resource to the siblings of OI, because, man, I wish my older brother and sister had the opportunity to read a book that was about this. It's really cool. Now, it teaches children. Let me just jump in here. It teaches children of the challenges that brothers or sisters may face and how to deal with the situations, right? So non-OI children may be able to do just about anything, but so can children with OI. They just need a little helping hand. So that's what it says in the description, and I can't wait to read it. It looks like it's going to be really cool. It's a really short book. It's for the kids. So I encourage you, if you have a child with OI, and you can, and they have siblings, I think that this is a good place to start and just get this book and read it to them, and maybe it's going to open their eyes on a few things. I also wanted to show you, let's see, I'm going to jump over here. The author of the book is Katherine Knight, and she has a son with OI, and this is kind of where she got the idea. So it's great because they have siblings, and so she wrote it. She's the author of many books, and so I'm going to put both the link for the book, which is Just in Case for Siblings of Those Living with Osteogenesis Imperfecta. I'm going to put the link for that book in the description, and I'm also going to put a link over to Katherine Knight's, Kate Knight. I'm going to put a link to her Instagram over there too, so you can go and follow her. And yeah, let's give her some love. Let's go over there and jump on there. The book just came out, I believe, probably a few days ago. So I really encourage you to jump over there and get a copy. It's really important for us to be able to share these things. Again, it's all about sharing. I say share. We got to have some sort of game, counting the times I say share and the times that I say super during this show. Because I've noticed as I watch it back, I'm like, that's super, and we got to share. So I think those are two important things. And so, I say so a lot. Anyway, all right. So Just in Case, that's the book right there for siblings of those living with osteogenesis imperfecta. I just found out about this, and so I wanted to share it with you tonight on the OI Life Show. Definitely, there are so many books about OI. I'm going to put a link in the description about that too. Maybe next week I'll talk about some of those books, but I have a video that talks about some of them, and I'll put that link in the show notes. So definitely let's check that out, okay? I'm going to jump in and see if anybody's talking live to me, see if anybody's watching live. Let's see who's out there. If you're watching the replay, definitely jump in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. It's super important for... there I go. Super important. It's extremely important for me to get a grip and get a grasp on who's watching and where you're watching from. So definitely leave me a comment and let me know what's your connection to OI. Do you have OI? Do you know somebody with OI? Does your child have OI? Do you work in the OI community? Are you a doctor? And do you deal with patients with OI? I would love to talk to some doctors here on the show. That would be very cool to see what's going on there and pose some questions to some doctors. But please, yeah, jump in the comments for sure, okay? All right, I'm going to jump on to this next thing. We're kind of ripping through tonight's show. So I'm just going to jump into this next topic, and we're going to get into it. All right, let's go. So as a personal trainer with OI, and as someone with OI who went through a huge physical transformation, went from barely being able to do anything physical to actually running and jumping and changing myself physically a few years ago, it's really important that I share what I went through. There's that word share again, that I share what I went through and really help to drive home some of the ideas that I learned along the way so that my fellow O.I.ers, you, can actually start to think about these things a little differently. So tonight I wanted to talk about the importance of knowing how your body moves. And what do I mean by this? I think it's super important. A lot of people, there's that word again, super. I think it's very important that us O.I.ers, when we start thinking about exercise and we start thinking about getting into working out and movement, we have to really start with the movement, like the bare bones of how our bodies move. We all have differing abilities. We all have various levels of severity as well. So it's super important. It's extremely important. Now we're all going to be hearing it. Now it's extremely important for us to not compare ourselves to any other O.I.ers, right? That's number one. And to really focus on ourselves and focus on our movements even before we start to think about exercise. So there's this whole step that you kind of got to go through before you even start moving, start lifting a weight, start doing a workout. And that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. So where do we start? We start with really thinking about, number one, no matter how your body is formed, because again, we all have different, we all look different. Our bodies are different as far as, what we look like, how our bones are structured and all that stuff. But the important thing to remember is we all have the same bones and we all have the same muscles in our body. So no matter how your body is, right, the structure of your body, you still have the same muscles in your body that I would have. We all have a bicep. We all have triceps back here. We all have pecs. We all have lats. We all have delts. Like all these muscles, right? We all have them. And so since our bodies are different, since our severities are different, since our deformities may be different, the way that we move and the way that those muscles move is what we need to focus on. So I want you to start thinking about this. And I want you to start thinking about making a mind-to-muscle connection. And simply just in the everyday movements that you do. So it could be going to pick something up. It could be moving in a certain way. I want you to start thinking about what is the muscle that is making my body move in that way, right? And again, it's more than likely we all have the same muscles. But what happens is there become these things called muscle imbalances. And so other muscles start to take over. There's a prime muscle, the main muscle that makes something move. And then there's like other muscles that help out that movement. And what happens is if there's a deformity, if like, our bones are in a different way, then when we go to move something, there might be other muscles taking over and making that movement happen. But the main thing is you got to start thinking about what is the muscle that should be moving, right? If you're moving your bicep and you're contracting, you're moving your arm this way, but maybe your arm moves a different way, or it doesn't move all the way, or it doesn't extend all the way. What other muscles are starting to take over, right? Maybe something in the shoulder, maybe your triceps working a little bit different. Maybe, so you got to start thinking about what do I feel as I start to move? And this is really important. I just wanted to put this out there because I've gotten some questions about this. And when people ask me, well, where do I start? How do I start exercising? It really starts with this concept. And I even did it. I'm pretty, I guess, I don't want to say normal because I'm not normal. None of us are. But I do want to say that, I can walk, can walk around. My legs are shorter. One leg's, a little shorter than the other. I have a limp. I have a short torso. I have very long arms, right? Can I even put them out there? Can you see them? So I have really long arms. So that's one thing that I had to make sure that I pay attention to when I do certain exercises, like when I do a push-up. When I'm in a plank, my legs are short, my arms are long, so my plank looks a little different than like a normal plank might because of someone who has like regular proportions in their body. So it's a little different, and I had to think about these things as I was starting to learn how to move. So I want you to do the same thing. I want you to think about how can you make that mind-to-muscle connection so that you can start to realize how does your body move. And I'm going to get more into this topic as we go on and as we get further into this year, because I really want to drive it home. But if you want to learn more about, exercising with O.I., I encourage you to reach out to me. I encourage you to check out my online platform. It's called Unbreakable Body. And I have workouts there, seated workouts. I have a 4-week getting started program that literally is for people that have never worked out before that just want to try it and start. So I tell you exactly what to do. They're all follow-along workouts, high quality, and it's very inexpensive to join. You get a 3-day free trial, so you can just jump in, check it out, and see if you enjoy it. Now, I encourage you to go over there and check it out. I encourage you to contact me through that page, through my website, TonyJacobsen.com, if you have questions about this. Really quickly, if you are connected with me on social media, I would advise come to my website and contact me through my email, because through the social media, it's kind of difficult to get a hold of me. A lot of stuff gets lost on the social media. So please come over to my website. Contact me there, and it comes straight to my email. So it's a lot easier to answer your questions, get right back to you. So start thinking about this. How can you think about movement differently? If you want to do some more movement, have some more movement in your life, and then get to that next level where you can start exercising, Like legitimately start to do workouts, start to think about, ways to build your muscles, strengthen your muscles, gain mobility, gain endurance, gain balance, right? You got to start here where I'm talking is really like starting to think about it differently. So I had to do it even as I started my fitness journey, and you have to do it too. If you haven't done any movement, then it's definitely something that you got to think about. So I want you to think about that. Come over to Unbreakable Body. The link will be in the description, and you can check out the platform and let me know your thoughts. Like, come over there and check it out. I invite you to check it out because it's a lot of fun. But definitely think about this. How does movement happen in your body? Start to make that mind to muscle connection, okay? So I'm going to just check real quick, see if anybody's in the chat. Who's in the chat? Who wants to say hello? If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for spending the time here to, come and watch the show. Even on the replay, I really appreciate you. Next time, join me live every Tuesday. I'm here, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The show's been about a half hour or so. I've got some great interviews lined up. Those are coming up very soon. I know I keep saying it each week, but I guarantee it is happening. I'm just trying to figure out the logistics because doing a live show, it's a little different. So I'm going to see, maybe I'm going to do some pre-recorded stuff and play them during the show. I'm just working out the technical side of things, but I appreciate you coming in and checking out the show. And if you have any questions, again, comment below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next week. All right? Peace. Get out there. Keep breaking barriers, not bones. Bye. Peace. Get out there. Keep breaking barriers, not bones. Bye.